Should be at the top of chat. So yeah, we did 4 forts. Alright, I'm just going to assume that that didn't happen. We're not going to make a new world because nobody voted. Maybe Twitch broke it, but I don't count one person voting as anybody voting. Maybe it bugged out. It's possible. Too late, though. You would have voted for world? Well, there you go. You got it. I saw 1, and I don't count that. This is Twitch. Of course, democracy is going to fail. So I kind of want to do... Just give me a river. I want to see what we have with bigger rivers. Let's also... yeah, we'll just search for rivers, because I want to find something with a river on it. It's either something with a river, or I want to do something in the desert. So either big river or desert. Twitch is twitchy? You're twitchy. So that's just tropical grassland. It's not actually desert. That's a forest. And this over here all has aquifer, but there's like a little bit of sand desert in the middle there. But they've got no metal. Which is like... Okay, so that's got deep metals over it. A lot of that is luck, Eldragon. You can't plan how many races are going to show up. I wish I could say that you could, but the plane of shins? You can't plan around that, right? No, they still just grow wood. I don't actually think the elves really live in the desert much. Let's just look for shallow metal. Wait, what? Cancel that. Why do I have a bunch of like random things in here that I didn't see? Shallow metal, yes. River, no. NA. There we go. Cactus homes would have been cool. Yeah, I don't think that they live... Like, they tend to just kind of live in, like, greeny, foresty areas. That could actually be interesting. The desert prairie... Problem is like it's not actual desert though. It's like all of the deserts around here aren't actual deserts. It's like, oh, there's still some trees. You know what we could do? We could do this. The Dune of Budding. So we'll be like on the edge of the Dune of Budding, right? So down here we do have an aquifer on one half. Then on the upper half, we have, like, just straight up dunes. So we could do, like, a half and half biome. So half of the biome will have an aquifer to deal with, but there's shallow metal and deep metal. And then on the other biome... it'll just be soil and flax. So we dig down into the flaxstone and live over there, and then, like, poke holes into the Dune of Budding. We will have trees on both sides, though, so it's not like a desert. Migrate to a tablet. Best of luck on the tablet. Hopefully your chat loads. I've been having troubles making chat load on Twitch on mobile. So what do we think about this, chat? Because that's like the closest thing to an actual dune that we have here. Is the sand desert. And everything's untamed wilds. What do we have for neighbors, actually? So humans, elves, and goblins. There goes your Grand Bazaar area idea. Arches of Craft, which are the nearby dwarven peoples. So we're with literally everything. Unless we go with the Rocks of Birth, which was our last faction. That would put us at peace with the elves. Or with the humans. And put us at war with the elves and goblins. I think I like that more. So we'll be part of the further away faction. Which means maybe we won't get migrants. We might be too far away. I don't know. I don't want to risk not getting migrants, but I don't really want to be at war with everybody because I would like to be able to trade with somebody else. So being able to trade with humans is nice. Yeah, screw it, we'll do it. How steep is it? Nah, it's just completely flat. Do we want any elevation? Because it looks like if I go... actually, that might be... Yeah, that's going to be flat. Flat as fuck desert. With an aquifer. It might be very difficult to obtain stone here. That's okay. We got half of an area without the aquifer. Alright, we're going to prepare carefully. So, chat room, if you want to be a dwarf, let me know. Because we're going to go through these one by one. Actually, you know what? We'll just take the first name. And then I'll tell you what your dwarf is. So if you'd like a dwarf, Nipple. You are 83 years old. Born on the 8th or the 25th of Sandstone in the year 195. Mendelf, what's up, dude? Hey ho. We'll be doing these one at a time, guys, so there will be multiple calls for dwarfs. He is clumsy. He likes ash, glaze, and bronze, and green zircon, pear wood, warthog, and ivory, giant snail shell, and deer parchment. Dreams of creating a great work of art and personally values decorum and dignity and proper behavior, and finds the pursuit of knowledge to be a waste of effort and respects perseverance. He is a friendly individual. He's not inherently proud of his talents and accomplishments. And he is very humble, and he often feels envious of others. I think I'm going to give this dwarf a few points in farming. Poor memory, and a poor spatial sense, and very good feel for social relationships and willpower. Give this dwarf a couple points in farming. Bum, 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 bum. I do really like that idea of having like two halves of the fortress, one half for the higher levels, and then one half for the like lower, less important dwarves. I just don't know how to do it. I really, really, really like the idea though. All right, so the next one I see right here is Pominu. I think is how you say that. P-O-I, poi, so like, P-O-I, Poimu. Poimu? Poimu. I'm probably butchering that, I'm sorry. So Poimu, who are you? What are you? You're 70 years old, born on the 17th of Sandstone in the year 208. Incredibly tough. Likes tin and resin opal and elephant leather, and the color pale chestnut, gems and spears, and leather armor, and the words of the Meadow of Letters, and when possible prefers to consume donkey cheese and buckwheat beer. Pominu personally values artwork and prefers a noisy and bustling life to boring days without activity, and doesn't see the attainment of knowledge as important and dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. He is absorbed in delusions of self-importance, and he is very polite, and he observes the need to pursue even a modest, and he observes the appropriate rules of decorum, and when possible, he is not driven. And okay, hold on, let me try here again. He is very polite and observes the appropriate rules of decorum when possible, And he is not driven and rarely feels the need to pursue even the modest success. He doesn't mind a little tumult and discord in the day-to-day living, and he has a tendency to go at it alone without considering the advice of others. Doesn't mind wearing something special now and again, and doesn't focus on material goods. He often experiences strong cravings or urges. He doesn't often focus on stronger cravings or urges, and he doesn't feel lustful. He tries to keep things orderly, and he tends to avoid crowds. I can't read today at all. You sound like just somebody who I'd put a point in mining on. Next dwarf. Let's go with L Dragon. So what are you? Who are you? 86 years old, born on the 26th of Obsidian in the year 192. Clumsy, has a good memory and a feel for music. Shortage of patience and a meager ability with social relationships. Personally, has a negative view of those who exercise power over others and finds that those who deny their impulses somewhat stiff. And values sacrifice and dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Never falls in love or develops positive feelings towards anything. And he is incredibly brave in the face of looming danger. Ooh. And perhaps is a bit foolhardily. And he is very impolite and inconsiderate of property, and very rarely moved by curiosity and experiences and thoughts with others. He has a tendency to go at it alone without considering the advice of others, and he doesn't consider what others think of him. Royal Star-Lord, I've got one thing to say to that. No. No. I lied. Two things. Maybe in adventure mode, but I've got no desire to play as kobolds day to day. He generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity, and he laughs very loudly whenever he's surprised. At some point, I wouldn't mind playing as humans, though. No, Shizuo, you got time. You can be the next one, in fact. All right, so El Dragon, what are we going to do with you? We got 2 miners. Let's give you, like, 2 points. Actually, you know, let's give you 2 points in masonry. Athil, the peasant. You can be Shizuo. Goffer's next. View. 66 years old, born on the 9th of Felsite in the year 212. Incredibly quick to heal, very slow to tire. Like certain tin and cryosphase, pigtail fabric and gems. Bolts and crowns and pigs for their sense of smell. Chickpea plants for their pods and the words of the true paper. And when possible, he prefers to consume giant kestrel and guppy. Personally values tradition, values self-control, and doesn't care about nature one way or another, and dreams of mastering a skill. I mean, gems are indeed truly outrageous. He personally values tradition, and values self-control, and doesn't care about nature one way or another. Dreams of mastering a skill. He is completely careless with resources when completing projects. And he has and likes natural beauty, and a lot of the time, wait, what? And let's try this again. Completely careless with resources when completing projects, and wastes a lot of time and effort. He's not readily moved by art or natural beauty, and he is conflicted by this since he values artwork in the abstract and its creation. Generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity and is quick to form negative views about things. Dreams of mastering a skill. Let's just give you a couple points in mining. All right, next one. This can be Goffer. Goffer. 69, nice, years old. Born on the 16th of Limestone in the year 209. He is tall, and he has quite ill-defined muscles. He is clumsy, slow to heal, and very weak. It's a very good focus and a feel for social relationships and willpower, but an iffy sense for music, little difficulty with words, and a very bad sense of empathy. Dreams of crafting a masterwork. He personally respects the development of his skill and finds introspection to be a waste of time, prefers a noisy and bustling life to boring days without activity, and doesn't see cooperation as valuable. You're a realist, right, though? Lacks confidence in his abilities and is curious and eager to learn. He lives a fast-paced life, and he's brave in the face of imminent danger. He has a greedy streak and a sense of duty, and he tends to avoid crowds. He has an active imagination, and he is slow to anger. He is terrible at everything, but could be really good if trained in the military. Or something else. But dreams of crafting a masterwork. I don't have a brewer yet. I think I'll make you a brewer. I'll make you an adequate brewer slash cook. Asmil, the peasant. Catmaster. MC Catmaster. MC Dak. He's 85 years old, born on the 26th of Glen in the year 193. Will Covey, what's up, dude? Legendary brewer, maybe. I mean, I was thinking of it as like a DJ type deal. MC Catmaster likes chalk, rose gold, and sapphire, and capybara leather. 85 years old, born on the 26th of the Glen in the year 193. Personally dislikes cooperation and finds those that deny their impulses somewhat stiff. He is interested in only facts in the real world and doesn't generally think before acting. He is confident under pressure and has a strong tendency towards privacy. Has a great kinesthetic sense and a great feel for social relationships, but an iffy memory and meager creativity and little natural inclination towards music. You know what? I'm just going to make you a miner. I got 3 miners so far. I still need a woodcutter, but that's something I can just assign to somebody. This is our last dwarf. Has anybody not been named here yet? If you want a dwarf, just press 1. First person I see pressing 1 gets a dwarf. Unless you already have one, in which case then you're cheating and I will negate your entry. Yes. That. Kaiser. I know Spitalier said that he wanted one, but I don't want to put Spitalier in the initial 7 because he was also leaving. So we'll give him one of the whatchamacallit, migrants. 70 years old, born on the 18th of Sandstone in the year 208. He is tall, and he has a quite ill-defined muscles. Agile and rarely slick, flimsy and quick to tire, and very weak. Personally, values tradition and does not care about fairness, and dreams of raising a family. He is private to the point of paranoia, unwilling to reveal even basic information about himself. Feels a strong need to pay back any favor done for him, and sometimes is cruel and tends to be a little tight with resources when working on projects. Doesn't mind a little tumult and discord in the day-to-day living, and enjoys company of others. Often feels envious of others. And he has a sense of duty and is very ambitious and prefers to present himself modestly. Does this person sound like American Psycho to you guys? Or is that just me? Don't even try to pass one? Dude, don't even worry about it. How bad's your delay, B-Lug, if you don't mind me asking? This dwarf sounds like American Psycho. Very much like American Psycho to me. I gather, like, that bad is your delay? I don't know what to make that dwarf. Like, what do we have? We got a miner, a brewer cook, an adequate miner, a mason, miner, and a herbalist. And grower. I don't know, chat. What should we bring as our last dwarf? What do you guys think? Did I need a carpenter? No, I mean, I'm just going to assign carpentry to my woodcutter. Or did I not make a woodcutter yet? Okay, I guess you're right. I do need a carpenter. A business card of the highest craft worship. Yeah, exactly. The business card just says craft worship of the highest quality. You know what's funny? I always like thought that that scene in that movie where they're just like judging each other's business cards was kind of hilarious. And now I'm in an industry where business cards are very important, and I get it. Like, I completely get it. All right. Let's just go to items. 2 seconds, guys. Actually, I'm just going to go turn off a light because the sun's gone down a little bit, or like it's clouds moved in front of it, and there's a light kind of reflecting off of a thing over there. I'm just going to go shut it off because it's bugging me. 2 seconds. Oh, I'm sure I'll need lots of fisher dwarves. I don't even think there's going to be a creek here. Like, we'll have... Well, I mean, maybe there'll be fish in the caverns. So, because I don't want to have to worry about animals that need to graze, we're going to bring 2 dogs, right? And then we're going to bring 2 cats. And then I'm going to bring a shit ton of chickens. Actually, chat, chickens, turkey, or geese? Or yes. I don't know. Chickens, turkey, or geese? What do you guys think? It's gonna be a split tie in it. It's like chickens, turkey, geese. So, yeah, I guess we could also do that. Could also do that. Chickens are cheaper though, and we get eggs from them. And you need buckets to make milk, though. And wood is going to be limited. So I think I'm going towards turkeys. It's like, I do agree with the sows thing, because you can, like, milk them. You know, we'll bring 2 sows. 2 sows and a boar. And then just, like, a bunch of chickens. Or, yeah, we'll do a bunch of turkeys. Bunch of turkey hens. Bunch of turkey hens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15. I wasn't joking when I said a bunch. And 1 gobbler. All right. Let's bring an extra anvil, because I'm paranoid. An extra battle axe, because I'm paranoid. And an extra pick, because reasons. And then we're going to spend the rest on booze. Geese 1. I'm bringing turkeys. Well, actually, what's cheaper? They're the same price. Okay, fine. We can bring geese. It's fine. Also, we even got the honky on stream, so... Goose. And a gander. Well, I mean, I'm bringing it because I'm paranoid. Basically, there was one time I settled, and the literal second I settled, something flew in from off screen and stole my, I don't want to bring Dimple Cup spawn. Let's just bring Plump Helmet spawn. And a fucking bird flew in and stole my anvil. Seconds after I spawned. So I always bring 2 anvils now. All right. Well, chat room. So where you say strike the earth. Actually, no, that's not totally true. We're not good to go yet. I gotta name the fort. It's very important. WoundBolted. All right, so I like WoundBolted so much, I might just go with WoundBolted. Because that's really good. I mean, you know, the birds started weightlifting with coconuts, Adrian. And then from the coconuts, they upgraded to something bigger, and in this case it was anvils. WoundBolted is a really good name. But should I go with like WoundBolted the WoundBolted of anger? WoundBolted of armor, artifice, bathing, bolts. WoundBolted of bolts. WoundBolted chaos, chains. Bellinair, how was your stream? It seemed to be going well when I pieced out. WoundBolted of geese? Nah. Failure? Pfft, come on. I don't know, the Crescent Cloister of Mushrooms, which was our last one, was pretty good, but I tend to agree that less is more. Alright, so the new fortress. The fortress of WoundBolted. The fortress of WoundBolted. Oslandeloth. WoundBolted. And what's our group name? The Persuasive Tombs is our group name. We are the Persuasive Tombs. Nah, because kobolds like to steal my babies. So I tend to just murder them. What's with you and kobolds, Royal Starlord? You ate 2 limes and a potato. How are you feeling? How much did you make if you ate 2? Because those limes were $100, yeah? How many braids did you get in your hair? Because that's awesome. Actually, better question. How long are you going to leave those braids in your hair? I like tombs. I'm sticking with tombs. All right. So, chat room, it's time for you to strike the earth. Oh, you took them out already? Okay. 365 of them? Damn. Well, it sounds like it was a success. Was 5 braids? Gotcha. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness. Your harsh trek has finally ended, and your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Id Natan. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before the winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delge secure lodgings ere the jaguars get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Oslandeloth. WoundBolted. Strike the earth. $365? Really? Like on the dot? Not bad. $1 a day keeps the pain away. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway. Paused. That red sand, though. You broke 1800, which is nice. Oh, yeah. No, I saw that. Okay, so we do have some really big trees around, but they're very scarce. It's a lot of red sand and then clay. So this clay area has shallow metals, but there's also an aquifer. Colony of bumblebees. So we need to figure out where that aquifer is, I think. Without you touching them. You know, I tend to agree that this happens to me too. Why cables and wires just get tangled without me doing anything to them. So let's see, who's our expedition leader? MC Catmaster is our expedition leader. Little creativity. Casual worshipper of Savot called large. I'm at my best under pressure, he says. Okay. Well, you is the boss. That is for sure. Also, Bellinaire, stuff in Team Discord. I think you saw it. So MC Catmaster, here's where I'm gonna do this thing. Give me something that you want me to do. Something to work towards off the start. Because you are our expedition leader. I might not listen to it, but looking at you, you like bins, rings, and rabbits for their ability to burrow. And the words of the true paper. You are interested in only the facts about the real world and doesn't generally think before acting. He is confident under pressure and has a strong tendency towards privacy. And he is made deeply uncomfortable by those with a different culture or appearance. And he is slow to trust others and tends to ask others for help. So you don't like strangers. There's also a giant mosquito on the map. You know, when I was little, I used to think that crane flies were giant mosquitoes. We're also going to gather plants. Dwarf seems scholarly. Well, doesn't like, you know, likes practicality. Very practical dwarf, I would think. All right, so we want to start digging down. So I'm actually going to channel a little bit right here because I would like to kind of get... Well, first off, I'd like a water source. But I'm going to channel this out just because I want to know where the aquifer is. Sounds like an engineer. Is it the practical bit that's making you think it sounds like an engineer? That's apt? I just want to know how deep down the aquifer is at. Did you not get given a pick? Maybe I'm short a pick. Crap. Yeah. I guess I could see that. I'm being very careful with this if you can't tell. Here they come. I have a feeling this is going to be it right here. There it is. All right. So now we have our water source. So it's 2 Z levels down. I wonder how deep it is. So I guess now the question is, what kind of fort do I want to build? Just get all this wood gathered up real quick. So because we have an aquifer, water traps are totally viable. But I find myself doing a lot of water traps. So I don't know if I want to do water trap. They're just good, I guess. For lack of a better term. Also, thank you very much to everybody who's tuning in. There's a whole lot of people tuning in for Dwarf Fort today. It's cool to see. It's not all over the entire map. So we're split 2 biomes, right? There's red sand, which is the scorching dunes, and then on the right side there is just shrublands. The shrublands has the aquifer. The red sand does not. Red sand only has flax stone layers. Excuse me. The wastelands have shallow metals. Sure. I mean, I'm okay with glass crafts and making... Actually, we could aim for serrated discs. That's what we could do. But I need a good supply of bags first. All right, well, let's begin... Let's just begin digging. Until we get down to that flax stone layer. That or occasionally... Or clay pots. I'm just going to be clear. I'm not going to build anything out of glass. But serrated discs, that I can work with. I just can't stand actually building anything. All right, that was quick. Yeah, but it's so fucking cumbersome, dude. Although we found olivine, that's cool. And kimberlite. Okay, so I'm super okay with all of this. We're gonna have so many neat colors. Oh, man. That is really cool. Like, we found kimberlite, we found orthoclase. Like, neither of these are fancy, but, like, olivine, like, if there's a lot of that... Ooh. Okay, let's see what else we hit. Let's go a little deeper. Let's go down to Z level 10. Just see what kind of stone we hit. Oh, that's all. Pfft, I screwed up. Well, we can certainly do some interesting above ground construction, that's for sure. Okay, more olivine. Schist. Upstairs one way, yeah. So I fixed them as up downstairs. All right, so let's just begin hollowing this area out. We got quite a bit of space. Yeah, nice too. New fort. Old one was just getting kind of laggy. Like, it's... I really liked the layout we had, but it was just getting kind of laggy, and I just kind of got frustrated with it. That combined with we were more or less tantrum spiraling, so... It's not as nice as others. Ha! That pun rocks. So what I might end up doing is just actually sealing this thing off. I love the color of microline. I also love how angry some people get when I build out of it. But how you doing, Ice Dew? It's good to see you. Hope your Monday is treating you well so far. Let's take a little, I don't know, little teardrop shape. So something I'm gonna do, because I know the aquifer is right there, is we're actually going to dig ourselves a little well. I think that's why anybody would like it. Or the color of... Man, that is bright. You know, if I could, like, gather sand into pots, I'd be so much more willing to do stuff with glass. It's just that you have to use bags. All right, let's just make a food pile for seeds up here. Up here. Right there. Settings. Everything but seeds. Been lurking for a while? Well, thanks for lurking. Lurks help. Just gonna make a mason's shop and start working on that. We're also going to make a carpenter's shop and start working on menacing wooden spikes and other things. Mostly beds and menacing wooden spikes. Let's also make a farmer's shop. We'll get all this stuff moved down eventually. Gopher, you're going to have the side skill of milking. And one of the things I'm going to do here real quick is we're going to make, well, actually we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beds. We're also going to make a wheelbarrow. And after that, we're going to make 2 buckets. Bucket, E. E. There you go. There's a mod that decomposes body parts and corpses. Helps a lot with lag. Yeah, there's a lot of mods that do a lot of that stuff. All right, BP, farm plot. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a little room about this big. I'm going to do this. This is going to be a real small little room. This is going to be for our well. For geology jokes. I mean, it works in Dwarf Fortress. All right, so let's just mine this way. Summer has arrived on the calendar. Yeah, that's usually what I use, is just the Atom Smasher. I will say it is a little bit frustrating how long sometimes stuff takes to, you know, decompose and whatnot, but Atom Smashers and just dropping stuff into magma and similar things is just seems to be the best way to deal with garbage and corpses. I appreciate that one. That's a good one, Shizuo. What did I just collide with? My water. All right, so damp stone has been located. So that's about where we're going to dig to. So here's what we're going to do here. I'm actually going to dig around this. We're going to dig out this area right here. This is all going to become a water reservoir. But because it's going to be our well, I want it to look pretty-ish. So we're going to kind of dig out not a shape or a pattern really, but just like kind of a reservoir that I can pump from, something that I can use, and it's primarily just going to be our well. But we need to give them a way back up. We're also going to smooth all of this. I kind of like just having like a portion of the fortress that's just like kind of encased in water. I've done this before and I really like it, so we're going to do this again, I think. I could see cave adaptation being a problem in this fort, though. All right, let's jump back up to the surface. Mason's workshop, add new task. Let's just make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors, 2 tables, 2 thrones, and blocks, and then repeat on the blocks. Everything will be fine. Yeah, at least for the military, for sure, yeah. All that, or like build an above ground tavern or something, you know? Like have an area that dwarves visit above ground. How are we doing over on the carpentry? We're still working on the beds, good to see. Once that wheelbarrow is done, I will make a stone stockpile. Real dwarves don't go outside? I think you're confusing dwarves, Goffer, with gnomes, because gnomes don't go outside, dwarves do. Especially if it's not raining. And this is a very hot area where there's probably not going to be a lot of rain. So. All right, so we've got 2 dwarves over here that are doing nothing. You can have stone detailing. And you can also have stone detailing. Up here, we're going to milk an animal once given a chance. Also, I need to make sure that job cancellations are on, so I know. You highlighted the limes. Excellent. I mean, I want to get me eating 3 hot peppers for charity and you eating limes, and I'll chuckle that together. Because I'm taking a week off the longer videos, right? So, because I'm not going to do that this week, I'm going to take that time and put it into, you know, other entertainment. So this will be our little water reservoir. But we need to pull all these boulders out first. It's gonna be so neat, like we can have blue and green stuff everywhere. Got so many color options. Problem is, we don't actually have any beds set up yet, so we're actually just going to chuck some beds in here. They won't be a proper bedroom, but it'll be something. At least dwarves will have somewhere to sleep, you know? Dormitory, there we go. I'll bet you that wheelbarrow is done. Yep. Bet your ass it is. We hit lapis lazuli. We found gems. We're rich. Stone. Now I'm really curious to know what kind of metals we're gonna find underneath that aquifer. We can make a dwarven pixel art. I don't like doing dwarven pixel arts because, like, while they look interesting, I feel like dwarves probably wouldn't make giant pixel arts. It just doesn't seem right to me, you know? Like, I like making patterns and stuff, but, like, I don't know. It's you know what I mean? New bed in 2 to 3 days. Plug. Also, I tend to agree with you, Bellinair, on your takes. I think we're actually doing really well on the whole thing. Like, sales are kind of what I expected them to be, but hopefully we do well. Mega constructions, absolutely. But how many, like, let's use humans as an example. How many humans out there have made a giant building in the shape of a human? Does that make sense? Like, that you don't really see humans doing that. So isn't it weird for dwarves to do that? Oh, totally. Chizwa, totally. Statue of Liberty and the Colossus? Sure, totally. But that's not a flat building with a giant person's face on it. I don't know. It's just not the kind of thing I like doing. Me? Last time I checked, I haven't eaten another human. Last time I checked, anyway. Maybe accidentally. I don't know what's in those sausages that I ate last week, but... they just showed up at my house in a package. But, like, I mean, obviously, there's some examples. You know, Mount Rushmore is kind of that. You know, like, they just dug giant faces into a mountain, which is a little self-centered and weird as far as I'm concerned. But, like, you know, like... it exists. People have clicked it more than you expected. Yeah, me too. Belliner. But I'm gonna put something into Team Discord real quick. 2 seconds. I gotta type. with beloved Eurysmic president, yes. Mount Dwarfmore mega construction. Maybe one day. I like that idea though. Maybe one day. Just like a giant mountain in the shape of a dwarf. Crypt comfy. Some migrants have arrived. That was fast. Looks like 4 of them. Does anybody want to get in here? I did mention I would name Spitalier after one. Spitalier. Who is 112 years old, born on the 7th of Felsite in the year 166. He is tough. Personally, sees the concealment of emotions as a betrayal and tries his best to never associate with such secretive fools. Has an affinity for language and an ability to focus. He's very curious and sometimes to his detriment, prefers to be alone, and is very slow to anger, and he lacks confidence in his abilities and very rarely develops negative feelings towards things, tends to be swayed by emotions of others, and has a very calm demeanor, and he occasionally loses focus at the matter on hand, and is quite comfortable with others that have a different appearance or culture. Alright, well, you're a woodcutter, which is fine. So we'll leave you as a woodcutter, but I'm also going to give you jewelry skills. You're a ranger, so this ranger can be Robo. She is 112 years old, born on the 19th of Moonstone in the year 166. Only the nicest dwarfs are found here, Sebastian. 2000. Only the nicest dwarfs. No bad dwarfs. Bad dwarves are bad. Personally believes it is important to conceal emotions and refrain from complaining, and values eloquence. Dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. She tends to avoid any physical confrontations, and she likes to hang on to grievances and has a tendency to consider ideas and abstractions over practical applications. Dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Well, we need to make you not a ranger. We'll give you most of the crafting. Actually, we'll put you on woodcrafting, leatherworking, and glassmaking. And I'm gonna take you off of hunting and related jobs. Make you into a crafts dwarf. Greetings, Anender. How are we doing today? Next one was Mendelf. You popped your hand up. How do I always mess up your name. Idalf. There you go. He is married to Melville Ink Fortresses and is the son of Cybrick. It's 147. Fuck, you're old. Born on the 26th of Obsidian in the year 131. Short and has sideburns that are neatly combed. He is quick to tire and slow to heal. Likes peridot, warthog hoof, nautilus shell, and alpaca wool. Hemp paper and spears and helms and ducks for their quacks. Personally holds shrewd and crafty individuals to the lowest esteem and does not particularly value the truth. Dreams of creating a great work of art and has a way with words and a very bad intuition and bad analytical abilities. Where was I? He's unfriendly and disagreeable and is bothered by this since he values friendship, and he is sometimes cruel and can be very single-minded, does not easily fall in love and rarely develops positive sentiments, and tends to avoid any physical confrontations. Works to square things away with his tendency with his respect to martial prowess, and he doesn't mind a little tumult and discord in day-to-day living. Tends to consider what others think of him and doesn't have a great aesthetic sensitivity. Sound like an old fart like you? Well, I'm glad that you can be the old fart of your dreams. You're a farmer, eh? A farmery? Sure. You can, I guess, continue. Well, you're a dyer. Well, that won't do. I'll put you on those three. And Aban, the woodcutter, which in this case is going to be, obviously, ways. She is 97 years old, born on the 23rd of Obsidian in the year 181. 181. Incredibly tough and strong, and she has a natural inclination towards language and creativity, and a great intuition, but a shortage of patience and poor analytical abilities. Personally values eloquence and sees no value in holding back complaints and concealing emotions and dreams of raising a family. She is consumed by overwhelming feelings of jealousy and very curious and sometimes to her detriment, does not generally seek retribution for past wrongs, and has an active imagination. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, came back on. Wait, what about EVE Online? So I'm going to put downstairs here. We're going to make them out of kimberlite blocks so that they can be not red, so they're easier to see. Our Mason, Eldragon, is going to get a new profession added onto the list. This is going to be architecture. We're also... Oh, shit. No barrels stored there, please. Here, we're going to plant pigtails in the summer, plump helmets in the winter, pigtails in the autumn, and plump helmets in the winter. Here, we're going to plant plump helmets in the summer, plump helmets in the autumn, plump helmets in the spring, and plump helmets in the winter. Oh, really? And you can't get in to leave? Wait, what? For the phone version of Eve? You can't even log in because they're just not letting you? Sounds like a launch. IMO. All right, let's just keep digging this area out. Let's make this out of kimberlite blocks, I think. Maybe olivine blocks. Make a green one. You know, it doesn't feel like December to me. It doesn't. Suffer an elf attack? That's an understatement. Absolutely, it did. We need to suspend rock blocks for a little bit. It got, for lack of a better term, it just started tantrum spiraling. But we watched one dwarf more or less single-handedly take out an entire army of elves, which was beautiful. And I think chat would agree. It was pretty beautiful. So, did that dwarf survive? Oh, absolutely. She survived. Her and the baby that she was carrying during the entire fight. But honestly, it was getting framey. We were getting pathing issues, and it was just kind of, I had to sunset it, honestly. Like, I don't ever like doing that, but there's often a point with forts where it's like, yeah, you kind of just need to, you know? You offer her a beer? Oh, I'm sure she's having many beers. The fort's still there. We only retired it, so the fortress will live on in legend. That dwarf got 140-something non-notable kills plus 50 notable kills. Like, that dwarf did damage. Like, hella fuck you damage. Yes, this fort is in the same world. I'm just trying to get as much of these colored boulders out as possible. All right. Do have rock blocks getting constructed. I haven't taken song requests in the better part of 3 years. It's like basically since 2017. And the reason I haven't is just because it's stressful. Oh, there's just straight up a... Oh, okay. I thought there was a hole in the ground there. Yeah, we haven't taken song requests here in a very long time for a multitude of reasons. But mostly just due to... I put these VODs on YouTube, and if people are requesting music, then they get muted. And if they get muted, then there's large portions of silent video on the YouTube, which sucks to anybody who watches on YouTube, so... I much prefer people just being able to, you know, Watch. Sucks I haven't hit any more olivine yet. Alright, let's see if this is only a single layer aquifer. Actually, no, I don't really want to do that. Let's just... Because this is right here, right? This is one layer beneath. Just ask you to dig that far. See what we hit, if anything. Yeah, no, we used to do summer quests every Friday, actually. It used to be like a weekly event. But two things really started happening. It just started making me hate a lot of different types of music. And kind of combine that with... Okay, so it is on this level too. So it's at the very least a 2-level aquifer. It's at the very least a 2Z level aquifer. If so, maybe she will move it. I kind of doubt it, Anander, and the reason I say that is because that dwarf's actually in a different faction. That faction was kind of at war with literally everything that moves. So, I am part of a different dwarven faction now. I tend to, like, alternate factions when I make... although, the dwarven factions get along quite well, so it's you know, it's very possible we might just end up with, you know, some dwarves migrating over, but so yeah, it is possible, but I see it as rather unlikely. But, you know, at the end of the day, I just have to say real quick thank you to everybody who's tuning in. You know, like, Dwarf Fortress is not something that you readily see on Twitch. It's not exactly the big cool kids game to stream, and, you know, there's 60 to 70 of you guys here, and that's fantastic. Buy this for your stream? Maybe you could do like a resorty thing, Bellinaire, and if you get a certain amount of tips or you make your sub goal in the day, you put on the Viking mask? Maybe that's how you could do it? You're off to bed. We'll see you later, Goffer. I saw you in Cat's chat the other day. You have a good night's sleep. Subathon goal? Not even a subathon goal. Like, you could just do like a daily sub goal of like 5. Like 5 new subscribers. If you get 5 new subscribers, you'll put on the Viking mask. I've been subbed to Cat since month 2 of him having a sub button, so anybody who watches Cat is a friend of me. Found my stream through one of his hosts? Yeah. His hosts are extremely helpful. I don't even know if he realizes it. Yeah, like 2 times months. I think I just hit month 40. I think. $30. 3 years. Just checked. All right, so now we're making them dwarf blocks. So something we're going to need to do is we're going to need to dig over this way from here. Yeah, we'll see you later, dude. 26 months. Solid. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for finding me through Cat on Mars, because he's good people. Cool. Well, we're finding more good stone. I don't generally like just digging in a straight line here, but I think I have an idea of how... Oh, there's more Wow, this is a triple aquifer. A triple aquifer. That's not fun, actually. Triple aquifer. Triple aquifer. I know I keep just saying triple aquifer, but that's a really big aquifer. Aquifer. How you doing, Userin? The Texas shaped room. I'm just digging out the it is kind of Texas shaped. I'm just kind of digging out the colored stones. That's all I'm doing right now. So it's gonna get ruined, I'm sorry. We just need to get all this stuff up and out of here. They're not gemstones. They're just stones. If they were gemstones, I'd auto mine them. Are you from Texas, Shizuo? I just spilled coffee on myself. I'm smart. Algro 5 working with OpenGL. I don't know what Algro is. What is Algro? It's like a triple aquifer and a double rainbow. What does it mean? It's one of my favorite memes. Alright, so this is going to be more or less everything. Armor, weapons, cloth, leather, finished, gems, not bars and blocks, stone, no, not stone, not refuse, not corpses, furniture, food, and animals. Revenge on elves, not for a little bit. We got a ways to go first. But we'll do our best. Let's process plants, process plants, process plants, process plants, and let's see if that gets done. So I'm kind of hoping, because you have plant gathering, not plant processing, though. Now you have plant processing. Cool. You're doing what I want you to do. From murder hobos? We haven't really done a very good job of that yet because I'm building this like outdoor area out of olivine. It looks so pretty. I mean, come on, look at it. You've always wanted to visit Texas? Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends in Texas. You know, we'll just keep this stuff outside for right now. I think I need to make some extra barrels. That's a bed. Okay, well, we can make another bed, that's fine. Barrel. Let's put that on repeat for a bit and put that on stop. You know, I know a lot of streamers from Texas, so I think visiting Texas would be really neat. Old Blighty? Old Blighty? What's Old Blighty? Look at those colored doors. Oh, they're cool. I don't know what Old Blighty is. Let's also just make this stone stockpile bigger. Autumn has arrived on the calendar. Also, Bellinaire, I completely agree with you with the clipping stuff. It would be very nice to have that many clips from every stream. I completely agree. The Emerald Islands? So now it's Albion, which was the Emerald Isles. It's a term for Great Britain. Oh. I mean, Ireland is part of the UK, so it's part of Ireland is. All right, let's start making a kimberlite wall over here. Yeah, okay. Is it I mean, okay. I'm just not going to say things before I start to sound stupid. I don't know, I always associate Ireland with the colored green, so that makes sense. Well, they were part of the... Well, you're not wrong. Which is why I'm like trying to like think of how to word this without making myself sound stupid, Nipple. But words are hard. I think I need another wheelbarrow because that's technically 2 stockpiles. Also, like, I'm trying to think how I'm going to build this, so... I'm gonna ban you, Userin. I know what city you live in, I'll come find you. It's okay, Canada's still on top. Not sure what fucking Alaska's doing up there, but I have a lot of family in Ireland, and it used to always blow my mind talking to them over the phone and stuff when we were younger about how they used to drive all the way from one end of the country to the other end of the country specifically to go to music lessons. Which is like the most mind-boggling thing to me ever. Like in comparison to country size. Like, Canada's really fucking big. Ireland is really fucking small. It's just funny to me. Like, I can't comprehend living in such a small place. Okay, so there's stuff moving everywhere, and it's freaking me out. Is it just really windy? What's going on? I have no idea. Whenever stuff like that happens, like, I know it's probably mostly vermin, but it freaks me out every time. An actual land in Britain? Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, there is this Canadian band called The Arrogant Worms, which writes, like, mostly referential music that makes fun of Canada. And, or, you know, makes fun of people who don't know much about Canada, kind of thing. And one of their songs is called Canada's Really Big, and there's this really good line where it says you can fit 14 Frances into Canada. Which is completely true. Canada's 14 times the size, has 14 times the landmass of France, which is absurd. But Texas doesn't have a navy. I don't know, you want to bet? I'm sure they could, like, put together a volunteer navy in, like, 48 hours. There's enough people I know in Texas who could certainly do that if they wanted to. Yes, Texas is indeed weird. Look at that. Traders have arrived. Wait, hold on a second. No outpost liaison. How curious. Dull Scratch, thank you very much for that Prime subscription. Cheers. It's the first, like, resub or sub of the day, actually. Thank you. I do push-ups and sit-ups for new subscribers and whatnot. So, I owe you 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups. What do you prefer? You're a trendsetter for today, for sure. One hearty. Oh, Canada. Are you happy? I'm not much of a singer. At least not on stream anyway. Can I get a round of beers in chat for the new sub? That'll do. Cheers. No outpost liaison. I'm gonna move goods. It's a bunch of spiked balls we got. Where would we all visit? Chat, where's one place in the world you'd like to visit? Is this like somewhere where I might actually go, or somewhere impractical that it's like, yeah, I'd like to visit there, but probably never will? The sun. I mean, who wouldn't want to visit the sun? Okay, I don't need this many woodcutters. Freeways, are you any good with analytical stuff? Creativity and a good intuition, shortage of patience and poor analytical abilities. Why must they all be so violent? I was angry upon getting into an argument. Dreams of raising a family. Well, Freeways, you're now my broker. You're also going to be my manager. You're the important guy? No, you're just the one in charge of actually making sure we get stuff. Broker requested a depot. South Pole. Unrealistic place that I probably never will visit, where I would like to visit is North Korea. But where would I just like to visit? I'd like to go to Florida. I've got a lot of friends there. Like, honestly, I would like to go to Florida. Of course, I immediately look to see if they have books. They do. And they're not that expensive. 1,500 for all their books. No, but I have friends that live in Florida. Like, do I want to stay in Florida for an extended period of time? Fuck no. But I got lots of friends that live in Florida that are good people. Okay? Let me know if I visit Sweden. Trust me, there's plenty of places I would like to visit in that part of the world too. But Florida's the most likely one to happen. Just wait, what? What do you expect to get out of talking to a genuine American face to face? And we'll also buy some foods. This food variety is nice. I don't need ketchup. Period. I remember my dad flavoring pasta sauce with ketchup. Like, he'd add some ketchup to plain pasta sauce just to give it some flavor, but... There's mayonnaise and everything there. I wouldn't mind visiting Russia. Not gonna lie. Just because, like, you don't like one portion of a country's cuisine doesn't mean you can't visit there. I fucking hate mayonnaise and I hate ketchup. But sure, I'd visit Russia. Ketchup is disgusting. It's just gross. It's just unnecessary amounts of sugar for no fucking reason. The food. Alright, so, excellent. That area is now open. Let's throw a table. Oh, no, not a table. A chair over here. We're gonna set our manager to also be Freeways. And our bookkeeper to also be Freeways. Settings, all counts accurate. And we will assign that chair to Freeways, and then Freeways can go do all the stuff that we need Freeways to do. But currently, I don't want you to be at the depot, Freeways. I mean, cheap brand ketchup is disgusting in general, yeah. But I'm also like a unique soul. I think that most fast food is disgusting, and I refuse to eat fast food. So, if I can, at all possible, I will go out of my way to not have to eat fast food. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This can just, well, cancel that actually. Let's smooth these walls. Bad ketchup is not food. A lot of people would disagree with you on that, Belliner. Assign chair to our manager. Slash broker slash everything else. Okay, so we have 17 drink. Brew, drink from plant, let's just say 30. Because I got plenty of barrels. Let's just give you something to do. I mean, it's the sodium and the sugar content in fast food that's addicting. The food itself, not so much. It's the salt and the sugar that's addicting. Now, Bellinair's in Finland. The limes would have been better with ketchup. For charity, yeah. I will say this about Sweden. I like Sabaton a whole lot. You guys have good music. Some tequila. I actually don't mind tequila, but God, that's killing me here. I guess we have a good amount of meat. I'm just straight up out of pigtail seeds? Alright. Do plump helmets then. But on the topic of dumb food problems and disliking certain foods for silly reasons, a lot of people shouldn't travel to Canada because Canada is one of the countries where pineapple is the most readily available on all pizzas. And there's a lot of people who hate that shit. For one reason or another. Oopsies, wrong button. Okay, have I just like... Okay, there we go. There's all my orthoclase blocks. I was like, what happened to all my orthoclase blocks? I thought I had a shit ton of those a second ago. It's the most common. It's one of the most common here, if not... I would probably pepperoni's more common, but it's up there. Oh, it's that time of year. Everything's sprouting. All the flowers are blooming. I had an extremely hipstery pizza recently, which was oddly delicious. Had like, it was just way better than it had any right to be. Like, it shouldn't have tasted good, but it was good. It was charred corn, avocado, jalapeno pepper, and pineapple, and ham. It wasn't actually that recent. It was last summer. Tuna, interesting. I don't think I've ever had tuna on a pizza. Makes it hipster trash. I got 2 in my fridge right now. He's around. Whenever you don't say you don't like pepperoni pizza, I don't like pepperoni pizza. It's really boring. Like, pepperoni pizza is the most uninteresting pizza you can get. Kibs and britches! Kibs and britches. I need 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups. What do you prefer? Thanks for the year! A fucking year! I can believe tuna and feta would be good. I like tuna and I like feta. You know what? Screw all of the flat bits. Just do the walls. There we go. Just do the walls. Doesn't matter. Meatball marinara? I mean, sure. More interesting than pepperoni. Still not the best. You could probably do better. I happily eat some more. I don't eat avocados because I think they're good for the environment. I eat avocados because I like the way they taste. One thing I will never understand, though, is people's anger towards hipsters. Especially from my point of view, somebody who very much self-identifies as a hipster. Like, I have a lot of those traits. What do you want? Dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. My personally respects the development of a skill. Finds one that does those that develop weapons with fighting and distasteful. Well, what can we get you doing? Let's get one stone working. I need a few of you. You are a legendary weaponsmith. Alright, well you can stay a weaponsmith then. So I've got some dwarves I need to name. Including a glassmaker and a ranger. Shit. $17 dwarves. Alright, we need to get bedrooms done. That's like current priority. Bedrooms. Did you ever get out of jail? No, you just kind of panicked to death. Alright, we're just going to dig down to about... It's a little far down. Sit-ups from Kibbs. I need to actually do those. Let's just do 10, because I owe an extra 5 anyway. Yeah, it's because of the dark camera background. Most people wouldn't notice. All right. I don't really like this vertical, central staircase kind of style for forts. I've never liked it. It's just so easy to do, but I don't like it. All right, so this is going to be our... This is where we're going to put bedrooms. This is going to be our water reservoir. So 2 tiles over. We're going to input bedrooms. Have I tried it? Not on stream, but yes, I have. Mostly because I was curious. Everything's always a massive mess. Why do you ask, though? Oh, from World Gen? No. Just ones that I've done. I've seen videos of it, though. I think if I were to do stuff like that, I'd rather just explore them in adventure mode. Why'd you find something interesting? Or are you just asking? Can you do me a huge favor, chat room in general? Let's stop talking about politics. Twitch chat is just a absolutely horrendously bad place to talk about politics. So I'm gonna ask you guys to stop right yesterday. Cop-out? Fuck off. That's my response to that. It's not copping out when it's my place and I make the rules. My rules are fuck off. If you want to talk about politics, go elsewhere. I mean, it's fine, Nipple. Just don't do it. Think about it this way. When you have one person in a position of power to bend a conversation to their will, it makes it a very muted conversation, which is unfair to all parties discussing. So in my case, I have an unfair, overwhelmingly large power where I am in basically a dude on a pedestal in front of a crowd of people. Which makes it a very unfair medium to discuss politics. If you want to discuss politics, please do it in DM. Keep it out of my chat. Like, obviously, it's going to come up occasionally, but if somebody starts asking what party do you support, yeah, we're done. Like, obviously, it'll come up in conversation occasionally, and that's fine, but outside of that, stop. Yeah, no, I've been watching it for a little bit, and I've been kind of going, can we, like, kind of hoping the conversation would change, and it didn't. And when I came back from doing those sit-ups, it had gotten more consistent instead of stopping. So I do the thing where I access God powers and say stop. Like, I'll always let conversations like that go on for a bit, but eventually I'll just be like, yeah, stop. This is like weirdly organized bedrooms for me. No, totally mind. That's fine. No, don't open up the reservoir. Yeah, valid point. I was gonna dig down with stairs. I was just like not thinking what I was doing. Upstairs. Oops, nope, downstairs. That's actually what I wanted. What's the hotkey and where is it and why can't I see it? Up ramp, downstairs, J. Actually, you know what? We'll do it one tile over. Upstairs. Downstairs. And we'll just take that out. There we go. You've changed your mind on sounds? Oh my god. I mean, I still owe you one. Unless you sent me one, in which case I immediately forgot. Discord DMs is a good way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 29, 30. That'll be enough bedrooms for right now. They're almost done smoothing that. Is it a good time to start panicking? I disagree with that. We're planting other drinks, so we'll be fine. We got plenty of seeds left. Oh, we hit more interesting stones. How do I expect the fort to function without drinks? Because we have drinks? We're not out of drinks. We're out of plants to produce more drinks. So being out of materials to produce drinks is different than just being out of drinks. Because we're not out of drinks. There we go. It begins. And that's going to become our water source. I need mechanisms before I can actually make a well, though. I'm saying you're speaking gibberish. You're talking garbage, is what I'm saying. Now we got plenty of drinks for right now. I do, however, need to make a bigger farm plot. Or another farm plot, rather. That's a little bigger. Did I just, like, put all my seeds down here? I probably did. Yep, totally did. Bella Derp, indeed. Bella Derp, indeed. You were Mega Bella Derp? Why? Because of all of the money people were throwing at the charity for you? Speaking of, how's Jam Jim doing? Bellinair, how's Jam Jim doing? Can you check? Oh, you were setting up the overlays? Yeah. It's like $130. Not bad. I'm kind of expecting it to slow down now that they've hit the 3rd stretch goal. Nope. Water aquifers are infinite. I actually love using them as water sources. So I'm assuming my dwarves are all getting depressed already. 'Cause it's not like I'm actually giving them anything to do. At least they're satisfied at work. Workshop. R. That's what I'm looking for. We're gonna make ourselves a craft workshop and get some rock mugs made. Bum, bum, ba-dum. And we're gonna use probably well, actually, wow, we have Gabbro. Ooh. Possibilities. Probably use schist. Lake of Ale. Yeah, that would take a lot of effort. Probably more effort. Yeah, we'll go with that. Probably more effort than it's worth. What would you do if you had a Lake of Ale? Lake of Ale sounds like a brewery. A great stupid idea for more donations for Badger Stream? Okay. Do I want to know? If they want to do it. All right. Then I'll just skip it. I don't need to know. Oh look, more nice blue blocks. Good stuff. Alright, let's just UMQ bed 20. And let's go over to you and suspend the spiked balls. Let's also workshop, make another mason shop. Let's make 2 more mason shops, actually. Some art for charity? I mean, Bellinaire is the charity in that case, right? And spring and winter has arrived on the calendar, although I'm not expecting the weather to change much in the winter. Some stairs to be dug? Did I? Oh, yeah, you're right, I did. There we go. Fixed. Fixed it. Kaiser Corp has made a masterpiece highwood bed. He's had all this time to practice working on quality beds, or working on those spiked balls that he made. How's the fortressing? Well, we had to abandon a fortress today, but aside from that, it's been pretty good. No complaints. How is Sophie doing on this fine afternoon? Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Cooler. Probably wouldn't have noticed. I mean, eventually they'll be filled up with other things, but... Alright, that's just slowly filling up. Mostly just watching some anime. Sometimes you just gotta watch some anime. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do with your day. You're just beating up this horse? Why are you beating up a horse? I'm assuming you're still playing adventure mode, but like... Why do you need to be beating up a horse? That's not the button I wanted to hit. Let's make that party number 1. And then remove all of this, because I don't actually want dwarves jumping in there. Be careful, dwarves. Dun, dun. The horse knew what it did, yeah. Well, I'm on the side of the horse did nothing wrong. So he decided to practice some skill before eating it. Is the horse still alive? Or are you literally beating a dead horse? Okay, so at least you're not beating a dead horse. That's still kind of funny, though. Okay, so we got 10 drink. Brew drink from plant. 30. Get us more drinks. Just tenderizing it. Tenderizing it with my fists. To a master melee and become a legendary creature. Yeah. It'll become a named horse. Hey, Zoe. I could beat a horse? You mean eat a horse? You're not picky. All right, Kibs. Kibs just sent me a sound command. Or an audio file for a sound command, rather. And I'm just reading the title, and it's funny. I'm gonna download this right quick. We'll get this set up in the background. Won't take too long. Beware the horse's poisonous bite. It's poisoned from the blood of tenderized Wait, what are you? Cooler, what is your adventure currently? Alright, found it. Linked it up. Kibs, I'm just gonna make it exclamation point Kibs because it's easier for me to remember. I'm just going to assume it's not super loud. You'll change it after the season? Yeah, it makes sense. User specific, cooldown 1 hour. Why aren't those in alphabetical order? That's silly. All right, exclamation point Kibs should work. Water source vanished. How's there water over there? Oh dear. How's that volume, chat room? I think it might be a little on the loud side. That's funny. It's okay, not too bad. Very festive, yes. So I need to... Well, we're out of drink, because none of my dwarves have decided to make... alcohol. Could have sworn... Okay, well you're just going to be a brewer. There you go. Go brew drinks from plants. Got plants that need to be brewed into drinks. And barrels that need to be brewed into drinks. Wild Trat, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Yeah, because it was loud on my end, but it's always hard for me to tell. Usually about 80% certain. No dwarves making beer? No, I just didn't have the job assigned. Alright, well I have some dwarves that need to be named. If you would like a dwarf, let me know. Alright, make bedroom. This can be MC Catmaster. That can be your bed. You can have the first one claimed. And then the second bedroom claimed can be... We can go to Freeways, our manager. We'll see you tomorrow, Narander. Tomorrow's stream might be a little bit weird. I might end up just doing Phoenix Point all day. I might. I'm going to mess with it a little bit tonight. Because as of 9 o'clock in the morning, an hour before I start my stream, I can stream Phoenix Point. And, need to think about it. Wood bin. Let's go 20. Let's make 20 bins. Get some stuff binned up. And I'd like things to be a little bit more reasonable size. These are actually relatively large for dwarven bedrooms, but as long as the dwarves like them, we're good. So this we can actually dig through. Even though it looks kind of panic basket-y, we can actually dig through that. At least I hope we can dig through. gonna be a free open bedroom. Just go grab it, dwarves. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, guys. So I'm gonna real quick. How long have I been live for? 5 hours. I've been live for 5 hours. I'm gonna go grab my lunch. I'm gonna go get me my my sandwich. I will be back in a mo. Do not go anywhere. If I could get a round of beers in the chat while I'm gone, that'll be rad. Be back in a second. Also, hey, Angie. What's up, guys? We're back! Did I miss anything exciting? I've never actually seen dwarves just hang out in their bedrooms before. That's interesting. I guess they do that if there's actually space for them to hang out in their bedrooms. Because that's Robo and Spitalier's bedroom, and they're hanging out together in there. That's interesting. You know how hard I would laugh, Cooler, if your character starved to death? To my knowledge, that horse isn't dead, though. Kodan, that's the thing. It's like more like torturing an injured horse. Maybe the horse is just kinky. The horse is into it. It's fine. So what's the horse's safe word? That's the real question. Meh. Wait, no, that's definitely not a horse. Nay. There you go. It's like, just blink 3 times if you're done. Did I put a door in the middle of that? Really? Huh. Whoops. Sometimes when you hit hotkeys real fast, you hit the wrong hotkey. I'm gonna make some wooden nest boxes for our geese. Alright, so I'm finally finished my mouthful now. Rock. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I just deleted the 2 orders that I had. Brew, drink from plant, 30. Rock, mug, 10. There we go. That'll get us a couple of mugs so that we can actually, you know, eat out of mugs instead of not. Alright, we desperately need to get underground. We are taking way too long here. By that I mean we need to get our tavern set up. Hope I'm doing well. I'm still here. That's a success in my book. Don't really know where to put our tavern. To be honest. In a haunted biome, sure. I don't think Cooler's in a haunted biome. You do make a valid point, though. Let's make a Kimberlite downstairs. Yeah, also, I don't think zombie corpses are edible. Yeah, I'd agree with that. There we go. Kimberlite blocks, that's what we want. I really hope I don't waste too much time building this wall. So I'd like to keep a lot of our crafting tables above ground if possible. Kind of the way we have it set up right now. To fight off the effects of cave adaptation. When in reality, I should be focusing on making a drawbridge, but instead I'm going to do it this way. So here come the dwarves in 3, 2, 1. There they go. Here come more. I really like the way this fortress looks right now. I screwed up. There we go. There we go. Perfect. This is just going to be a dry moat. There's not actually going to be anything in it. But it's a thing. As we construct more and more and more. I do have to say a thank you, though, because there's a lot of you here right now. We got 69 people watching, which is pretty awesome. Nice, guys. Thanks for keeping us here. Quite honestly. Man, I want to say I've gotten about 35 emails from Amazon today telling me to buy stuff. I actually, like, scrolled through the Cyber Monday deals and I was like, eh. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's... I mean, I was looking at kitchen stuff because I wouldn't mind a new cutting board. Because, like, my cutting board is, like, falling apart. And, like, all I could find were, like, these decent-looking wooden ones for, like, $3 off. And it's like, well... I mean, or I could just, like, wait a month and then go to the farmer's market and get something handmade. Which will probably last longer. And look nicer, and I'll actually feel good about the purchase instead of making some poor Amazon guy deliver it. It's like, come on. Also, why is my phone going off? So yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at. It's just a, very much so a kind of, I don't see the point of this. But, you know. I'm not the greatest at the whole consumerism thing. I haven't been trained by my Amazon overlords well enough, I guess. They might be, technically my employer. But, they haven't done a very good job converting me. Because, like, the only Black Friday purchase I made was 4 kilograms of coffee. I don't know if anybody here made any purchases, but I bought me 4 kilograms of coffee. And you know what? Fucking happy with it. I am 4 kilograms of coffee heavier. And that's a good thing. Because I like my coffee. At this point, I'm literally just blabbing over nothing because I've just got dead air to fill. I think this is just kind of the time of day where a lot of people have gone to sleep. That's actually not bad. I mean, here's the thing with flash sales. It's like flash sales are already over usually by the time I see them, so. Yeah, that's practical. I respect that. I respect practical Black Friday purchases. Or like all those people who hustle really heavily and like get all of their holiday shopping done on Black Friday. I respect those people because then I just like don't. And it's like, oh, holiday season rolls around and I don't even have like 10 things bought yet. I don't even have one thing bought. Like I was doing Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve last year. Hoping I'll be better about it this year, but I also don't have anywhere remotely close to as much stuff to buy, so. Hacknet for $2? Quality. You've done well. To buy upgrades for computer every few years. Here's the thing. I have a local computer shop which has, which does stock sales. So when they do stock sales, they just like, it's an everything must go type deal. And it's usually like, oh, they have last generation's hardware for just super cheap. So if you don't want the newest stuff, but like maybe you want to get yourself a 1080 instead of like a whatever the heck they're on now, because I actually haven't been paying attention. But like, if you want to get yourself a 1080, you can go there like 6 months ago and spend $300 and get a 1080, which is like pretty good deal for a 1080. Yeah, it's 2080s, and then there's also like the 1640. Anyway. Graphics card naming conventions are fucked. I've been saying that about as long as I've been buying graphics cards. I'll say this about graphics cards. So I'm quite happy with my 1070. It's serving me well. Do you have 2 beds? Hold on. Yes? Okay, yeah, you just have 1. They have a 2060. Yeah, I don't know. It's like they have the 20 series and they also have the 16 series cards. I just... It's almost as confusing as like, you know, rebooting a franchise and removing the numbers from it, even if it's been a numbered franchise for years. It's just confusing and nobody likes it. Nobody should like it. And people are actually buying. I mean, I've never actually owned an AMD card. I got nothing against AMD. A lot of people think I do because all my stuff is Intel and NVIDIA, but the reason my stuff is Intel and NVIDIA is because when I bought it, that was the best thing on the market. Then I'd like forget about everything that's going on and not think about it for several years. All right, let's build us a temple, shall we? Anybody making blocks? Actually, don't know if I have the job on hold right now. Nope. But we're gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna need a lot of blocks. 290? I think I had an onboard AMD card at one point. Pretty sure I had something like that at one point, but that's about it. Like onboard graphics on one of my old laptops, I think, was AMD. But that's like not really comparable. What's the plan? Well, I want to build, I mean, I haven't actually been talking about it too much, but I want to build an above ground temple. You're a glassmaker. Let's put you on masonry, because I need you to be doing something. But I also need to dig under and back up into, or I need to dig under the aquifer. So I need to dig this way and see if the aquifer is over here too. For Dwarf Fortress, sure, but I wasn't playing Dwarf Fortress at the time. But there's other games that I play that, you know, have graphics. Wow, this is a deep aquifer. Good lord. Yeah, no, we're just talking about stuff that we used to have. I'm pretty sure that's the only AMD card I ever had. But yeah, no, I need a better-ish graphics card. Because I, you know, will occasionally turn around and play a game that has higher-end visuals. Jeez. And when I do that, I need the graphics card. I have a, this isn't that old, but I have a 780 Ti in my closet. Because it's an MSI 780 Ti, and it's brand new, actually. I had another one, which set itself on fire in my case. While I was streaming, actually. And, video paused. Continue watching? Yes, thank you, YouTube. They sent me a new one as a replacement. You need a new computer? Yeah, you do. Good lord, we're still hitting aquifer. This is a deep as fuck aquifer. Christ, I'm glad we didn't try to punch through this thing. Yeah, aquifer is only in one biome. But the other one has shallow metals. I think we finally got underneath it. Yes, it's Age of Empires music before someone goes, is this Age of Empires music? Yes, it's definitely Age of Empires music. Run them doors in. Did I ever make that into a bedroom? Yeah, it is. Cool. But yeah, no, now that I might actually end up using that 780 Ti again for something. I have a few ideas of things I could do with it. The singing voice in the background of this version of this music very much reminds me of Metal Gear Solid soundtrack for some odd reason. We have our first baby in the fort. Christ. First year of the fortress and we already have a child? What is this madness? I'm gonna check a refuse stockpile up here. Nothing too fancy. Just like kind of over here-ish. I can't not read that in that gruff Metal Gear voice. And I haven't even played Metal Gear. Actually, that's not true. I've played Metal Gear. I just never finished Metal Gear. Played almost every single one of them, I think, actually. At various points in times. Okay, so let's just do Gabbro blocks. I realize Gabbro blocks are gonna be magma safe, so we probably shouldn't be wasting them, but see if I can. This is going to be our temple. This is going to be a everything temple. It's going to be a surface temple. You know, there's been like no animals, and it's making me really fucking nervous. What killed all the animals? Nope, they are not in short supply. Although I've had people literally scream at me in my chat before for building stuff out of Gabbro going, "That's magma safe, you can't do that!" And it's like, oh, okay. Calm down. It's like, please stop running at me and turn around and pick up your nuts because you left them like 10 meters back there. Oh, as I say that, giant one-humped camel. Bet you they're tasty. It's just the giant one-humped camels. All right. There was a giant mosquito in the fort for a little bit, but it seems to have sawed it off, which is nice. Then we'll do more yellow along this. As I've had several people said that I should build a tower-like structure into a temple, so we're doing that. We're building a tower-like structure into a temple. So I hope you guys like my tower-like structure. Because that's what this is going to turn into. That or I can make it into an above-ground tavern. I think either would be cool. Do, 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 do. You seem mighty judgmental, Nipple. If a dwarf wants to build a above ground, what's there to stop him? I mean, really. God dang it! And who's to say that a dwarf can't take the powers of stone and steel dug from the depths and raise it high above and into the sky? Who's to say that? Who gives you the fucking right to say what a dwarf can and cannot do? You're limiting our dwarves' ambitions by a very large degree of magnitude. Without me, you'd have no beer. You are one of the resident farmers, this is true. That's like saying I'm the oil miner. Without me, we're gonna have no fucking fuel. Exactly. This is 2019. If dwarves want to build a tower, let the dwarves build a goddamn tower, okay? Who are you to say that the dwarves can't enjoy the fresh breeze in their beards far above and into the clouds? Who's to say that they can't do that? It's 2019. Be a little bit open fucking minded, all right? Going from magma and scraping to the sky? Potentially. Tower needs to spew magma? Towers need to spew a lot of things. It's an interesting choice word. Spew. Looks like you bought a Switch. Yeet. Honest question. Why? Wait, what game did you buy said Switch for? Almost never sick. Poor analytical abilities. Amazing memory and a great ability to focus. In terms of crafting a masterwork, sees cooperation is very important. Looks there's something deeply wrong with people who persevere through adversity. 2? Why did you buy 2 Switches? You didn't just buy those for Mario Party, did you? Well, anyway, as you're buying games, if you're buying them digitally, you can get them on Humbles, so. Throw me a bone. Speaking of bones, what's up, King? One to root and install Linux. I wouldn't want to do that with a Switch, but that's just me. You bought one for you? Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough, Hobo. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Hobo, did you hear the news? Piece of news number 1. Piece of news number 1. They hit the $18,000 goal on the RimWorld charity. Second piece of news is Tynan donated $1,500. Which is rad. During Kiri's stream, which was great. It was pretty pog as fuck. All right, what the heck am I gonna do with this? I've got eyelashes in my eye. Also, Hobo, I bought plants. You bought 2 Switches. I bought 2 plants. Where's the bone now? In your emote slots. King. Or actually in the soup that I made. Exclamation point Patreon to give me a $1 a month to activate my soup cooking. You can be a mechanic, actually. Because I need a mechanic. Are the plants still alive? No, I already killed them. I did my best. But, they just didn't stand a chance. You're a hunter. Okay. This dwarf is going to start my military. So member of the Clean Tombs, former member of the Staff of Fighting, and a former malicious dwarf of the Clean Boulders. This dwarf... Chat room. This dwarf was in my military in that fort that we abandoned earlier today. I'm gonna make us a metal armor army. The Girders of Simplicity. Deller, you're a lie maker. Slow to tire. Dreams of mastering a skill. You can also join the military. Vutok, the woodcrafter. Yes, an immigrant from my previous fort. Well, you can create great works of art. You dream of mastering a skill. You're strong. Shortage of patience. You can also join the military. Problem is, I don't actually have any metal yet. Hey, it's Gimper! It's just Gimper. From another one of my previous forts. It's funny, I thought Gimper was super depressed. Personally, respects power and dreams of raising a family. Shortage of patience, great affinity for the language, and a good creativity. You're a glazer. Well... there you go. Dwarf is also pretty strong. Little patience, dreams of creating a great work of art. Doesn't develop bonds with others. Joins the military. How you doing today, Felicia? Personally sees war as a useful means to an end. Great sense of empathy and a great feel for social relationships. And is strong. Can also join the military. This is a big-ass migrant wave. Also a very strong dwarf. 84. You can just join the military on default. You're a traitor. Wants to create a great work of art. Well, we can put you on stoneworking. Another metal crafter. All right. An armorer. This is a really big migrant wave. Don't need another trader. We'll make you a stoneworker. You're a gem cutter, that's fine. You're a ranger, very strong. Deeply respects skill at arms. Ooh, dreams of mastering a skill. Well, guess what? You respect skill at arms. Get in the military. We make some armor stands. Also, if anybody wants a dwarf, just let me know. We're interrupted by a two-humped camel. Why is there a camel up here that would interrupt us? Oh, we're fighting with the camel. Oh, you actually you hunted the camel. All right, that's fine. Should make a butcher's shop so we can butcher the camel. Let's make 30 rock mechanisms. Although, let's go into details there and just say, make them out of gabbro, please. We need empty food containers. Let's make wood barrels. 30. We're gonna cut that down real quick. You saw my very cute plants? I like my plants. It's like, fuck yeah, it has a hobby now. I just need them to get bigger so I can actually be proud of them instead of just having these tiny fucking itty bitty plants, but... It's a solid start, that's for sure. Gotta actually, like, build temporary floors to make all of the wall bits I need. Jellybutt, hi, hello. Good job on the, finishing up the Reaper. Or the Scythe, rather. It was a good anime. Enjoyed watching it. That's maybe one of the biggest ones I've ever actually seen. So I completely believe you when you said it took you 1 billion years to make it. Dwarf's getting all that stuff constructed. Excellent. This is bound to happen. Are you doing the full costume, or are you just doing the scythe part? Almost makes me want to watch Soul Eater again, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're doing marker only. Tisk. Costume's done too. Best of luck. You wearing it to any specific conventions? Or just like owning it for the sake of owning it? Hard part here. Well, actually not hard part, but next thing we need to do is we need to get a roof up on this thing. We're actually going to have a temple before we have a tavern. That's actually kind of sacrilegious to me. There's some peculiar dwarves, I'll say that. These are some peculiar dwarves. So chat, I've got this weird inkling. I want to play Battletech real bad, and I have that new DLC. So I think tonight, like maybe an hour and a half or so, we're going to switch over to Battletech and play some Battletech heavy metal. I mean, we're certainly not a dry fortress. We're just not a very party-heavy fortress currently. Mostly because I don't know if anybody here saw it or if anybody here follows Battletech stuff closely, but MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, the studio released a kind of a walkthrough video, and there's been people playing in the beta, and it looks really good. Like, really, really good. There's so much potential there, and because I've actually played it before, I've played the earlier builds, looking at the way it looks now, I'm like... And I get super excited. So what do you guys think of my temple? Is it fancy enough looking? My sky temple? Well, not sky temple, but sky-ish temple thing. Needs masterwork engravings? It can't because it's above ground. I could put statues in it. Then we need to start worrying or figuring out how we're going to do defenses. You can't engrave constructed walls. You can only engrave smoothed walls. Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right. Well, I can just make this into a temple now. So, Hobo, are there other games you want to play on that Switch? You know, true story, I've never actually played a game on a Switch. I've never even held one. It feels weird saying that, because I feel like at this point everybody owns a Switch. In reality, I know a lot of people don't, but... Meeting area. Assign location. Add location. Temple. It's going to be a temple to no specific deity for right now. It's the Cathedral of Tours. I missed one corner. Where? Which corner did I miss? Oh, in this? Oh, I did. I was like, there's walls in all the corners. There you go. Perfect. Fixed it. Military is now training. I might actually end up with a Wii, because my parents have a Wii. And I saw it last night, just like sitting next to their table, and I was like, yo, you guys want that? And they're like, oh, we're gonna give it away. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, probably. I'll get back to you on that, though. Oh. I was waiting for that, I'm not gonna lie. The Were Rhinoceros, Ul Malakram, Akmish, Kibs, Bibs. Kizbiz, that's what it says, has come. A large rhinoceros twisted into humanoid form. It's crazed for blood and flesh, and its eyes glow scarlet. Its black hair is long and wavy. You will know why you fear the night. Oh boy. All right, so I do have Olin, who's from the Crescent Cloister of Mushrooms. I'm just gonna say good luck. Let's just go. I see it's missing a whole bunch. Recruit misses. Militia commander hacks the Were Rhinoceros in the teeth with her copper battle axe. And the party sails off in an arc. Let's move a couple more turns until we see blood. Okay. Nobody's been bit yet. An artery has been opened by the attack, and a motor nerve has been torn. The force pulls the right arm. So we've got a hit in. Let's move a couple more turns. See more blood. scratches the militia commander in the right hand, tearing apart the muscle. An artery has been opened. The militia commander punches the were-rhinoceros in the lower arm. The militia commander jumps away. The recruit misses the were-rhino. The were-rhino scratches the recruit in the right hand, and the were-rhinoceros scratches the recruit in the right hand, and the severed part sails off in an arc. The Marks Dwarf misses the were-rhino. The recruit misses the were-rhino. The militia commander attacks the were-rhino, but it jumps away. Let's move a couple more turns forward. Seems to be moving. More teeth. Or bits. Somebody's, like, seriously injured at this point. Let's check the reports. Marksdorf misses. Were-rhinoceros kicks, misses, scratches, misses, scratches. I don't see any bites. Still okay, just because nothing's been bit. Let's just unpause the game for a second. Wait, hold on. Grabs the recruit. The were-rhinoceros scratches. An artery has been opened. The Marksdorf punches the were-rhino. The recruit kicks the were-rhino. The force pulls the right foot, bruising the skin. The expedition leader strikes the were-rhinoceros in the head with a copper pick, tearing the muscle, fracturing the skull, and tearing the brain. An artery has been opened by the attack. So what I'm saying is, fucking shout-outs here to MC Catmaster, who I think just killed this thing. Yep. I don't know if MC is still lurking here, but you're a fucking hero, man. Can I get a round of beers in chat for MC Catmaster? And I'm gonna fly down here and make this into my hospital. Now I need to assign a dwarf as chief medical. So let's just roll up here. Do I see it biting anybody? Nope. Okay, so we don't know. We don't know if it bit anybody. I'm just gonna hope it didn't. Like, there was a few hands that got knocked off. A lot of scratches. But I don't think anybody actually, like, got bit. So, we just get to kind of hope. We just get to kind of hope. Let's make more beds.
I did it for the doofs.
For the doofs! She didn't do it for the lulz. Dude, thank you very much for keeping that subscription alive for as long as you have, man. Thanks for bringing it back. To round it out nicely on that 1 year, I owe you push-ups or sit-ups. What do you prefer? Can I get a round of beers in chat for that resub? Cheers, man. Thanks for bringing it back. Thanks for all the support over the last few years. Oh, I guess. But it's a few years 'cause it's gone up and down, right? I mean, it's been longer than that, right? Because it's dropped a couple of times, right? It's probably been closer to like 14, 15 months. Oh, damn! This won't mean much to most of you guys, but friend of mine, or somebody I know who used to work at 505 Games, now works at Square Enix. So congrats to him. Squeenix, yep. And a metal crafter has been possessed. This means I might need to real quick suddenly... Yeah, well, I wasn't going to do this just yet. It's not what I want to do at all. I need to look for steel. Or metals in general, or I'm gonna have to melt something down. How's the aquifer fort going? I mean, it's a deep as fuck aquifer. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Z levels deep. It's a deep as fuck aquifer. But now we're looking for metals. I mean, let's just do it downstairs. Well, I found self-cerite, so that's something. This is gonna be my forges. Excellent. So that's going to be the beginnings of my forges right there. I'm going to do double doors on the forges, I think. I really, really, really hope. I really, really, really hope that we can be in an okay spot. If anybody got bit by that, we're in big trouble. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we are all right. But who knows, really? Especially considering your... Okay, your right hand is dented. Fingers crossed we're able to get something. Forbid, I think. Forbid used animation. Ammunition! Don't forbid used ammunition. So we stop running out of ammunition. Regardless, I think this will be a fun fort. I got ideas. Forbidden ammunition. Words are hard today, apparently. Words are indeed quite difficult today. I hit more stuff right. What is that the aura of again? That's the aura of tin, right? To throw elves as alternative ammunition. And I mean, you have to get the elf to agree to that first, and good luck. It's off right. Or of zinc. Oh, we got the zinc. And the human caravan has arrived. Lots of dwarves are meditating on various things. Yep, different fort. So, Cryo Shakespeare, you might be one of the most legendary dwarves in this world. Straight up. Your dwarf got like 150 kills, and then another 70 something notable kills. And you single-handedly took out, I want to say, an entire elven army by yourself, more or less, with a couple of recruits that died very fast, while wielding a baby. And admittedly, like a steel short sword, but while wielding a baby. So, shoutouts. You did good. It was a very dwarfy moment. I did abandon that fort, though, because frame rate was getting real bad. And... No, you're still alive, or at least were. I'm assuming you're still alive. We're kind of like halfway hoping that you migrate over here. Death, yeah, baby was probably like, begone fear. Yeah, no, that baby's gonna grow up to either be a basket case or incredibly mentally strong. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Will be your child? I don't know. If your dwarf shows up, we'll see. Might also be the biggest bedrooms I've ever made in a fortress ever. Let's make a metalsmith's forge. 1, 2, 3 wood furnaces, And a smelter. Actually, 2 smelters. Let's also automate those gems. Get those cut out. I really hope we find something that's not just zinc. That is a really long vein of zinc. Like it's still going. Wow. That is a very large zinc vein. Now, if only it wasn't zinc. I have a feeling we're going to be selling a lot of crafts in this fortress. Just this sense, you know? It's an uncanny sense, if you will. Assuming I find copper, yeah. I'm not saying zinc is useless. It's not that it's useless, it's just... Come on. But if we find tetrahedra, yeah, we can make brass. Not that brass is the most useful, but it's pretty looking, so there's that. So my chat just closed itself. Actually not sure how that happened. Hold on, let me reopen it. I can still see chat in my bot. I just don't have Twitch chat open. It's not useless? Sure. Yeah, it just doesn't have as much use. Exactly. There's much more useful metals that I would prefer to have. Hey, Squig. Let's automate that out. I don't give a shit about it. Okay, I don't want you fishing anything. But I'm gonna put you on metalsmithing. Just everything. Just get those built. So I'm gonna put 2 schist walls right... Oops, not there. 2 schist walls right there. And a door right there. That's a downstair. I wanted a door. I mean, let's just dig around in here a little more and see what we can find, if anything. That's the wrong button, but it's fine. If anything. You know, I've been getting that more and more recently. The Omega Jinx is that people are just like, oh, Dwarf Fortress. Twitch recommended me Dwarf Fortress. What is this madness? But thanks for taking the time to stop by. Twitch recommends a lot of channels to a lot of people. A lot of people don't click on them. So thanks for clicking on the recommended channel. Gotta love algorithms working in your favor, or my favor in this case. It's not an exclamation point thing, although I really should make that work. It's literally just type in beer. Bottle put a beer in the chat. More migrants have arrived. God damn it. Okay, well, we're gonna take you off of fishing. I'm gonna end up with a whole bunch of wrestlers pretty soon. Poor memory. I read that as poor empathy. Very rarely sick. Respects the development of a skill and values good craftsmanship. Well, I'm just gonna put you in the military. You, over here, you're a ranger. Wanna craft a masterwork. Doesn't care about art. You mean asymmetry? It's Canadian symmetry. Asymmetry? Symmetry, eh? Oh, I'm gonna stop grinding on that joke because it got old the second time I said it. Oh, we got a depressed dwarf. Well, you're gonna immediately leave. Goodbye. I'm not even sure where you came from. You're a stone crafter? Gem cutter? You're depressed. I'm not keeping depressed dwarves, period. I just don't want to deal with it. You're a wood burner. Oh shit, merchants are leaving soon. We should trade with them. Traders requested at depot. Where are you at, Freeways? I'm gonna trade. So that's not true. I don't want to give them the steel crossbow. I literally just want to give them the spiked balls. What's the red? It's red sand. A lot of things in my current color setup look like lava, which means I need to fix it, honestly. I need to fix the reds in my color setup. Although I do have a feeling that that possessed dwarf is just going to go nuts because they're a metal crafter. And I don't really have any metal yet. Although they do have billion bars here, which I'll buy. Because they're not super expensive. Copper pick. Copper longsword. Maybe not a longsword. Copper pick. Maybe they have weapons that we can use. Bronze shield, I'll take it. Also buy these leather bins. Cloth bin. Cloth bin. If they have bags, I'll buy their bags too. We can start gathering sand. Also need to start making charcoal, like, now. Just permanently seal off the room. Oh, that's funny. Frog, no, please. Oh, they brought some books. 2 books. Crutch, cheese. I'll take those serrated discs. Large silver corkscrew. Almost tempted to melt those down. I will not be trading all of these spiked balls to them. Spiked wooden balls. Pretty good thing to start off with trading. They're still gonna make like 20,000 profit. Gotta take a lot more of these off. There we go. That'll be more than enough. Thank you. There's a giant lizard over there. I think we found cooler, chat room. Wondering if all of these bedrooms are claimed. I'm assuming that they are. Every single one of the ones that's actually made into a bedroom is probably claimed. Because, like, there's a decent number of couples in this fort, but not that many. We're gonna need to make more bedrooms. Yeah, no, that frog tip always makes me chuckle when I see it. I really like that one. It's like some frog tips are kind of eh. But when frog is funny, frog is really funny. The secret to making frog tips absolutely hilarious, though, is you just have to read every single one of them in your head, like, with a infomercial-y voice. Just imagine that, like, Billy Mays is trying to sell you something whenever you're reading a frog tip. Makes it so funny. Alright, so I need random dwarf. So wait, why haven't you... You're a metalsmith. Why haven't you... gone and made... I mean, true that. And Frog doesn't ever say, hi, Billy Mays here, but... Which dwarf was possessed? I don't see any possessed dwarves. It's starting to freak me out. Alright, I'm gonna pasture a bunch of animals right here. Not the geese, though. Just everything else. I have, I know a guy on Twitch who goes by Billy MF Mays, and he's the furthest from Billy Mays ever, but he can meme hard enough that it works. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try and milk and shear some animals. There go the humans. Good luck, humans. I mean, do not taunt Frog, because taunting Frog might cause Frog to explode. And you don't want Frog to explode. Because if you didn't know this, chat, you won't like Frog when Frog's angry. I got a bunch of bones over there, so might as well make some bone crafts. So I guess we don't have any were creatures. That's impressive. I'll be honest. I'm surprised nobody got bit. Like, I'm genuinely surprised. Anything exciting? Most exciting thing was we had a were-rhino show up. Aside from that, we're just kind of getting started, really. Still, the fort is still very young. We got a long ways to go. To relearn all the different symbols. If you're confused about something in specific, ask what it is. Doesn't help that I'm using a tile set, right? So it's like if you're used to vanilla or if you're used to a different tile set, then it's like Oh god. What am I looking at here? Nah, I feel the struggle. I get it. The green area to the left. So we're completely above ground right now, actually. This is surface. We're in a desert. That green area is a type of stone called olivine, which is a green stone. It's stone floors. That L running around down there, I think, is a giant lizard. This is an above-ground temple that I've built. Also, the metal crafter went insane. Well, that sucks. Do 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 do. Which means I should probably make coffin. Details. Let's make them out of kimberlite. Even though I'm running out of kimberlite, which sucks. What is that? Blue stone. Well, the red stuff is red sand, right? And then there's also like little bits of stone, like it's basically like imagine like sand and then like bits of cobblestone kind of everywhere. So like this is like some dense grass, sand, whip vines, red sand. There's also like surface stone, like gabbro stone and other things, and then clay. Over here is this area is just a lot of clay, with some plants growing. Like there's some small strawberry plants growing in the middle. This is a pile of bones and crap. This N over here is the corpse of the monster that we slayed, and then the rest of it's my fortress, kind of building out of the middle. If that helps. I have stuff in my eye. My eyes just like aren't remaining in focus because I've got... How's the fort traveling? Fort's growing up well. Slowly. But yeah, no, this is my underground garden down here. We've struck lapis lazuli. Neat. Yes, the black gap is a moat. I'm sorry if I missed that. I have an eyelash in my eye and it's hard to see right now. Like worse than normal. Yeah, M-O-A-T would be moat. Currently it's a dry moat, so it's just basically like a pit around the fort. I guess I could put spikes or something in it, but right now there's nothing in it. It's just a dry moat that's kind of empty. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely not a moat in my eye. Yeah, that would be bad if there was a moat in my eye. Why is there red on the ground? Silty clay. What? Why did I run into clay? We're digging in stone. What? It's bizarre. Planet Zoo's unplayable? Okay. Do you have any, like... Because I saw you turned your stream back on, but, like, do you have any reason as to why it's unplayable? What did it do? Only just noticed the AoE music. Yeah. I just kind of cycle through game soundtracks when I play Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, but I don't want to... Oh, a glassmaker gave birth to a girl. I don't want to have a water moat. Dry moats are more effective in a lot of cases anyway. You asked earlier why I abandoned my last fort instead of retiring. I did retire it. I didn't abandon it. Did I say I abandoned it? Because I retired it. Fortress is still there. Probably doing better than it was with me. Yeah, no, that's probably just me saying the wrong thing and meaning something else. I really hope I'm not digging into my own fort. I don't think I am. Up here. What's the name of the Dwarf Fortress utility that makes the fortress into isometric 3D? It's called Stone Sense. Well, actually, there's two. There's also Armok Vision, but Armok Vision isn't isometric. I don't use it because it makes things crash a lot. Yeah, Armok Vision makes it look more like Minecraft, although like really shitty low budget Minecraft. But it's a free thing, so yeah. Yeah, that's what I was worried about right there. So yeah, it makes it look like really shitty low-budget Minecraft, and then Stone Sense makes it look isometric. But Stone Sense also makes the game super crashy, so I don't really use it. And lose 150 hours of work. Bellinair, I hate to break it to you, but you've learned, officially now, why I always played in sandbox mode in Planet Coaster. Because I remember you asking me, actually, a couple of times why I always played in sandbox and not in management. It's because that. Your goal was to be able to play Dwarf Fortress directly in Stone Sense? Ah, gotcha. I mean, Bellinair in chat also has added stuff to Stone Sense back in the day. There's a GUI in Armok Vision, but it looks like it's default Unity GUI. It's not really something you'd want to play with. I know I wouldn't. But yeah, no, Stone Sense is just super crashy. You'd want to play in a terminal? Should just play War Sim if you want to play games in a terminal. I just hope that the Steam version is enough for most people. That kind of graphics. Just a easy to comprehend tile set. Any roguelike? Fair enough. Any game that's just like graphics? Pff, schmaffics. YouTube keeps giving me these quizzes asking, how is YouTube today? Is the video loading? Yada, yada, yada. I'm just like, why are you sending me this shit, YouTube? I don't care. Doesn't matter. Just, how is YouTube today? Giving me a lot of annoying quizzes. Please stop. Just let me listen to my musics. Thank you. Sheesh. I mean, most roguelikes are going to just remain being obscure and hard to get into. But Dwarf Fortress has the potential to have mass market appeal. It just needs... How do I explain this? A few accessibility features and it's more or less gold. More or less. Not entirely. Because there already are mainstream dungeon crawlers. They're called Diablo. Lots of people like them. But when it comes to these, like, really the only other game that's mainstream that's like this is RimWorld. And as much as I love RimWorld, Dwarf Fortress does so many things better than RimWorld. No, it's out in the future. 2020, 2021-ish, tentatively. Maybe 2022 if it gets feature creepy. Who knows? There is a Steam page for it, though. God damn. So, yeah, no, it's 2 seconds. I'm gonna go, like, fuss with my eye in the bathroom for a second. I'll be back. Alright. I think I've cleared out whatever the fuck was in my eye. Yeah, actually, context-sensitive menus would be great for Dwarf Fort. That is what Manager's for, but Manager isn't easily accessible in a natural way. So Dwarf Fortress just needs a really big UI reorganization, and it also needs things like, if you move your mouse over to the right side of the screen moves out nicely and looks presentable. And let's just say, like, I hover my mouse over building, it should highlight building. I should be able to click building, and it would make a little clicky sound. Stuff, little random shit like that. That's all that you really need. Manager is built into the game. Or are you talking about, like, Dwarf Therapist? But if you like giant lists, you'll still have the giant lists. Yeah. No, I mean, Toadie's talked about a lot of that stuff in the forums. Really sucks that crafter went insane. But I still have this legendary weaponsmith, so that's fine. Okay, how come that metalsmith's forge got suspended? What? Can somebody please go make that? Coal? Charcoal. 100. Just go make me some charcoal, please, game. Dwarves, go make me some charcoal. Cool, so I've got all the zinc I can possibly chew on. But that's not super useful. Still makes more sense? I don't know. It's more just a personal thing. I'm like that with every game I play. There's nothing against external tools directly. It's more the way the external tools are implemented and the fact that they're not in the game by default. So a lot of people look at things like, let's just say Dwarf Therapist as a way to remove tedium. I see it as the opposite. I don't see it as making the game less tedious. I see it as adding unnecessary things that the game doesn't need. I mean, I don't care if people want to use Dwarf Therapist. I don't care if people want to use DF Hack. It doesn't bother me. But I want to play the way the game has been made. You know, unless it's a tool that I need, I don't see the point. I don't see the point in using Dwarf Therapist. I don't see the point in like initially for me when I first started playing it was because I wanted to learn the game from the ground up and not need to depend on tools so I could explain the vanilla game better. That was what it was initially. But now that I know the vanilla game, I don't see the point in adding in tools that I don't think are necessary. Like I don't really have an extreme stance against it. I can be a loud person when it comes to this sort of stuff, so people think that my opinions are much more extreme than they actually are. Or just tools. Depends on what the mod is. There we go. That dwarf finally dehydrated himself. We'll put the coffins in this old ore vein. Seems fitting to me. Yeah, it depends on what it is. I will mod games, and I've modded games many times in the past. I just if it's purely just an accessibility thing and it's not something that I'm used to using and don't care to use it, I won't use it. That's basically it. No more, still no outpost liaison. Weird. That is bizarre. Although apparently, they can't get... Whoa! Guys, calm down. Apparently there's a giant firefly that spooked some of my dwarves. Like, for example, in RimWorld, there's a lot of mods that I just won't use that are very popular tools that I just won't use because, to me, they just make the game dull. Like, they remove a lot of the complexity. Like, I actively find tedium entertaining. I'm a broken person, I think. Let's bring all those trap components. That should be enough. In Catan, the Mason has been taken by a Fey mood and immediately claimed the Mason's workshop that he was already sitting in. She was already sitting in. She grabs one thing and begins a mysterious construction. What was that? Cloth and orthoclase. Please make me a door or something. Yeah, and to me, a lot of that's... Well, tedium does not necessarily equal micromanagement for me. Like, for example, I like tedium, but I find micromanagement, like, in Dwarf Fortress specifically, to be silly. Because Dwarf Fortress, the point of Dwarf Fortress for me is that, oh, you will make dumb mistakes because of the way the game is designed, and the dwarves will just go do shit, and that's how you get your stories generated. So to me, I like it when things are mismanaged, and I don't like min-maxing. Micromanaging things. So that's one of the reasons why I don't use Dwarf Therapist, is because I like the, oh shit, I didn't have anybody doing this job, so we don't have any beds yet, crap moments. Like, I hate them sometimes, but I like them, if that makes sense. That's entertainment to me. I just don't like Minecraft. So I never used I never used any mods for Minecraft because I played Minecraft for all of, like, maybe 20 hours. Good luck, Cyclone. He kind of did it. Wow. I'm impressed.
Now you're all in charge of putting together one dish. And don't just buy booze. That ain't food.
What do you mean booze ain't food?
How you doing, Cyclone? Yeah, I never got into Minecraft. I mean, I played it. I bought it when it was $5 that you, like, would PayPal to Notch, and then he'd email you an EXE file. I PayPal'd Notch $5 and got Minecraft, and, you know, I played it on some multiplayers with servers with friends, and it was okay, but I never got heavily into it like a lot of people did. But I know what Vein Miner does, and to give you an idea, there's a mod for RimWorld, which is essentially just like auto mines out the whole vein of whatever you're mining, just like you can in Dwarf Fortress. I never used that mod because it removed the, oh, I need to remember to go back there. There's another really popular mod in Minecraft called Ogre Stack, which just lets you stack up to 1,000 things in one square instead of a 75. I never use that mod because I think it's cheap and dull and stupid. But lots of people love it. It's stuff like that. Catan, the Mason, has created Shalos Dana Relulush Unteg an orthoclase bed. and claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Aerith Taxletter. Nobody likes Mr. Taxletter. So we're 3,600. This is an orthoclase bed. All craft worship is of the highest quality. This bed, subject menaces with spikes of orthoclase and cave spider silk. Seems like a comfy bed. No, no, no. I don't know the joys of what now? You feel like the TDM of Dwarf Fortress is a little different? Sure, fair enough. But yeah, no, I don't think I have a particularly extreme opinion. I would say people's the opinion that some people have that games like Dwarf Fortress are unplayable without those tools is the extreme opinion. Right? Like that's the way I read that. It's like when people say, "Oh, do you have a pretty extreme opinion about this?" It's like, well, sure, but there's also people that leave reviews on games like RimWorld that say, "Oh, RimWorld is completely and totally unplayable and unfinished without this list of 18 mods that they require that you use in order to play it." No, fuck yourself. I'm glad I'm not the only human being that is broken in that way, Jelly. 'Cause generally, I feel like I'm the only one. Especially when it comes to Minecraft specifically. Vanilla RimWorld is totally solid and you can get easily thousands of hours of entertainment out of it. It was more just the comment based on what Cryo Shakespeare said about how they thought that I had a more extreme opinion on using external tools. Exactly. Exactly, but some people say that. You don't have any mods on it yet? Exactly. But, like, I've run into multiple people in the past who have been very loud with that opinion. And that's kind of how I feel about Dwarf Fortress. It's like, yeah, sure, there's some tools that could make things easier, but I don't necessarily need that, nor do I want that. No, totally, but there's a difference between something like Morrowind, which maybe hasn't aged the best, and something like Dwarf Fortress, where the game is kind of intentionally tedious. Alright guys, we've been live for almost 7 hours. That means we've played about 6 hours of Dwarf Fortress today. We finished one fortress, and we started a new one. I'm quite excited about the future that this fort holds for us. I don't know why there's a puppy up on this wall. We need to get it down. But that's a concern for tomorrow. I think... It's hard to say. Well, what I will say about this, about TDM being unintentional, or intentional, is Toady has stated before that a lot of Dwarf Fortress's mechanics are intentionally hidden. And a lot of the depth of Dwarf Fortress is intentionally hidden. So to an extent, I would say it seems like it. Anyway, this is the start of our new fortress. It's got a long way to go, but I think we'll eventually be able to call it home. One thing I do want to do, though, is I want to allow those for burial, allow those for burial, and allow those for burial so we can get that dwarf buried. That poor metal crafter who went insane before I could get him a forge. I feel kind of bad. Did I lose the last one? It was getting frame ratey, and it was tantrum spiraling, so we retired it. Just let it settle into the day-to-day rather than it getting destroyed. But some migrants have arrived, and you're immediately gonna get expelled. But I'm gonna save the game now. Is there a way to avoid that? I mean, lots and lots and lots of time, which I didn't really feel like doing. It would be very long to explain what I would have to do and also, like, describe what happened, so I'm just not going to bother because I've done it like 8 times today. I'll be honest. So anyway, Battletech put out a new expansion relatively recently. And, well, not really F. I mean, the fortress just kind of was retired, so the fortress is still there and still very much alive. I'm just not playing it actively anymore. Anyway, we're gonna jump into some Battletech. Yeah, basically. I've survived and finished up Tantrum Spirals before. Just takes a long time. So yeah, we're gonna go be big robots and stomp around on big robots. So if you like big robots and punching other big robots, I'd like it if you stick around. If not, Scoundrel is streaming Dwarf Fortress, and he's cool. So go watch him if you want more Dwarf Fort. But we're gonna switch games. My eye is still, like, causing me problems. It's kind of frustrating. Let me know when the title updates, hey chat? You like Battletech? Yeah. So do I. Also, I'm gonna sell it for a second. It only costs you 2 cents to steal that #1 bit badge away from Ovsalon. Also, if you're looking to get a new headset or earbuds or anything along anything in the form of Bluetooth and audio, JLab is sponsor of this stream.